Hello everybody, Jim Phillips here. Welcome to Java with Jim. I appreciate you taking the time to be with me. Here we are at the beginning of 2025, and this is the first Java with Jim for the new year. So here's to the new year, here's to you. So what's going on? Obviously there's a lot going on. And quite frankly, I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about. But what I am going to do is just allow what comes to mind for me to be what I share with you. Hopefully it'll be information that you will find beneficial. Hopefully it will be a way of looking at what's happening, what you can do about what's happening, what you can do about making sure that what happens, especially in your world, or as I've said before, in your little bubble, is exactly what you want to have happen. And that life unfolds the way that it needs to unfold, exactly the way it needs to unfold for you and what it is you want to do in this lifetime. So that's a lot that I just said, and a lot of people won't resonate with it, but it's something that I think we all need to really take to heart. And when I say to heart, I mean literally to heart. And when we do take it to heart and we live from our heart, and our heart is where we have the love and the joy and the compassion and the wisdom to know exactly what it is that we need to do. And when I say what we need to do, it is about what we need to do to not only bring calm and peace and comfort to our own lives and to our own way of being and to those around us, but also to humanity, to the planet as a whole, to begin this process of bringing more light to the darkness. And I don't mean to say that like we're in this very terrible period of time. We're actually in a very powerful time. And that time is a time where the energies that we've been operating in, living in for decades, if not centuries, is being dealt with once and for all. This is the big transition. This is the shift that you hear so much about. It is when the older energies, the darker energies, if you will, are brought to the surface to be exposed, fully exposed. And the more that anything is exposed, the more that anything is being shown its exit, the more it fights back. I mean, think about somebody being backed into a corner, and we hear about that all the time. When someone or something is backed into a corner, they fight harder, they fight with more intensity because they know they're losing, because they know they're about to lose, because they know they're about to be overcome. And perhaps that's the best way to look at the energies that we're in right now that are being exposed, so that more powerful, more beneficial, more loving, kind, compassionate energy, which is the energy of all of us, that's coming to surface more and more and will overpower that darker, more negative, I don't know what other words to put in it, because I don't want to get into the whole conflict of dark versus light and all of that, because I think it's become too cliche. But it really is about releasing all that does not serve us. And yeah, that's a better way to say it. It's about releasing all that does not serve us, the energies that do not serve us, and open ourselves and allow those energies that serve us to be what comes forward and becomes our way of living and operating in this world. So a couple of words come to mind for me, and typically what I do in the beginning of every year is I look at a word that I use as a theme. And I was thinking about this morning, and the word that came to mind for me was intention or intentionality. And what that means is that we have to become more aware of what's happening around us and within us, our feelings, our emotions, the responses to or the consequences of our feelings and emotions. And of course, that's all based on our belief systems. We have to come to terms with it. What's true? What is really true for each one of us? And not following what one person says is true or what one person would have you believe is true, usually because it benefits them, not because it benefits the whole. But we've got to discern. We've got to really get to what the truth is, feel it. And that's what I was talking about earlier, when we have to come into our heart, understand that that's where the wisdom resides. It's not in our head, it's in our hearts. And if we tap into that, we're going to find that that beneficial energy, that lighter energy is going to be what prevails, and it will prevail more quickly the more that we tap into that in our hearts. So we have to be discerning. We have to really get clear on how it is we want to live. Again, not based on what someone else says, this is how it should be, or this is how you should be, but how you truly want to be, how you truly want to live. And it's from that that other people will also gain from your higher level of consciousness. The more light that you're bringing to the world, to the situation, to the interactions you have with other people, the more they're going to benefit, the more they're going to see that that is a good way to be. And I use that term to be intentionally, getting back to the whole idea of intention. But it's who you be. Who do you want to be? How do you want to be? How do you want to experience you within the context of everything that's happening in this world? So the whole idea of attention is, once you get clear, once you understand that what is happening is that we are seeing the heavier energy, the older energy being exposed, it no longer serves us, so we're letting it go. So we have to be intentional about that. What is it I can do to release that energy and allow the lighter, more beneficial energy in? Now, I'm also going to say that there's kind of a contradiction there, because it's not about allowing the beneficial energy in. We already are that beneficial energy. We have to recognize that, and then we have to let it out. But it's about letting go of the energy that does not serve us, or letting go of anything, quite frankly, that does not serve us, and allowing that energy within us to be the energy that we're experiencing and expresses. That's for the benefit of each one of us individually, but also collectively. And it will also transform the planet as a whole. So we need to be intentional. And as we are intentional, meaning that we are making decisions, that we are doing it with the understanding of what is most beneficial. And it is coming again from our heart, from that center of wisdom that each of us has within us. And as we're intentional, we will make better choices. We will have better consequences to it. And I use the word consequence not as a negative, which unfortunately is typically the way it's used, that if there is a consequence, somehow it's deemed to be not beneficial or not something that we would desire to have. But a consequence is just the end result. And what we do know is that when we are clear on who it is that we are, who it is that we want to be, how it is we want to be in this world, and we hold beliefs against that knowing of that is who we are and who we want to be, and we make choices against that, and then we take actions that are in alignment with all of that, then the consequences are more likely to be those that we desire, those that we would more readily align with if they were already there. So, wrapping this up, I don't want to get into it too much, because I'm going to carry out this theme throughout the course of this year with other episodes of Java with Jim. Got to be discerning, got to get clear, but the word is intentionality. You have to be intentional. Well, you don't have to be intentional. I'm suggesting that if you are intentional, that you will find life will unfold more to your liking. It will unfold in a way that is aligned with who it is you truly are, who it is you truly want to be, who it is you truly want to experience and express during this lifetime. And the more that we live with that intentionality, with that intention, the better it's going to be for everyone around us, the more we're going to benefit everyone around us, the better we will feel about one another, the better we will feel about the planet, and the more love, the more joy, the more happiness, the more peace, the more compassion we have to share with one another, and the better the life for all. I hope that something that I said resonates with you. I hope you really think about the whole idea of intentionality. Where are you? Where can you be more intentional about your beliefs, more intentional about your thoughts and your choices and your subsequent actions? Where can you be more intentional about that? And where and when can you tap into your heart center, that wisdom center within you that's going to allow you to have those thoughts, hold those beliefs, make those choices, take those actions that are truly aligned with who we are. what we're all about, and what we want to experience as our life moving forward. I thank you. I appreciate you. Please, if you have any comments on this, leave them wherever you see this video. And I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to any questions, any suggestions, topics that you might have for future episodes of Java with Jim. And I know you've got time. Excuse me, hold on. I know you have other things that you can do with your time. Time is precious. And here you have spent this few moments with me, and I appreciate that. Here's to an incredible, incredible 2025. Let's make it happen. I appreciate you, and I thank you. This is Jim Phillips. This has been Java with Jim. See you next episode. Bye now.